guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to take some time to talk about the new cast for season 2 of Shadow and Bone. I'm in the woods right now because I'm walking the dogs. This was not my ideal location for a video about this, but I did want to get my thoughts out the day of. If you want to skip past the rest of this and just get to the good parts of me talking about the cast, then I just wanted to say that I love all of the casting choices that they made for Tamar, Tolya, Nikolai, and Wylan. I think they're all good, and honestly, I'm just surprised that I'm so pleased with all of them, because it feels like sometimes with the Shadow and Bone cast, I think the first time I saw them, I wasn't really able to visualize them until we got the actual show. But now, I'm just happy and I'm excited to see what they do. So I will talk to you guys in a bit, but yeah, just wanted to say that I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Hi, I am back. This is not the ideal lighting situation or location, but I did want to, be somewhere where I have a nice clean background. So let's start with this beautiful cast photo that they posted to announce the new cast, and we'll start from left to right. So the first person that shows up is Lewis Tan, who is playing Tolya. Personally, in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, I wasn't a huge fan of either Tolya or Tamar. It wasn't necessarily that I didn't like them, it's just that they never stood out to me as characters. I did appreciate them being there. I think they were really good companions to Alina, and they helped move the story along and helped fight people, and they're just so cool in general, the coolest siblings on the planet. However, they never really stood out to me, so seeing them on screen will be very interesting to see how they handle that. And Tolya, for a start, perfect casting. He looks exactly like how I would imagine him. He's a really big guy, super buff, but he's a softie on the inside and loves poetry, so you gotta appreciate the duality there, and I'm super excited to see what he does with this character. The next character that we see is Tamar, who is being played by, okay, I actually don't know what her name is. I know her name's Anna, but I just don't know what her last name is. I want to credit her properly. So her name is Anna Leon Brophy, and she will be playing Tamar, who is the twin sister to Tolya. I just really appreciate her awesome, battle skills. She's a heartrender, both of them are. And just the fact that Anna looks exactly like how I would picture Tamar, and how Lewis looks exactly how I picture Tolya. I think it's just so perfect, perfect casting. I really can't say anything else other than perfect. Definitely looking forward to seeing how they end up putting them into this story, because they've already changed up Shadow and Bone so much, but seeing how it progresses with the crows at the end and how they're going to interact with Alina and Nikolai probably, and just everything. It's going to be so exciting. Speaking of Nikolai, we're going to talk about Nikolai's casting next. Nikolai will be played by Patrick Gibson, who I was actually familiar with before this. I didn't really think I would know the Nikolai casting, because it seems like they've really gone with lesser known actors, but in this case Patrick plays Clancy in the Darkest Minds movie adaptation, and I personally loved that movie. People have mixed thoughts on it. It was actually pretty decent if you think of it as a separate entity. You should do that with all movie adaptations or TV adaptations of books, because I feel like at some point you're just gonna have to cut the line at some differences that they make throughout the show or movie. However, The Darkest Minds, I love that movie, and Clancy was genuinely terrifying, and I despise the character, but I really appreciated his acting, and so seeing that he's going to be cast as Nikolai, who is such a beloved character in the Grishaverse, is really exciting. I've said exciting so many times, I'm so sorry. I've seen some pictures that people have pulled from the internet, and they seem to really match the Nikolai vibe. So that's pretty exciting. And he also has an Irish accent, I believe, so that will be fun to experiment with an Irish Nikolai. That's really all I have to say for him. I'm just really anticipating something really interesting with this character, because he was definitely not a fan cast that people previously put out there, or even the people that they were speculating closer to this announcement who was going to be Nikolai. No one guessed it correctly, which is very shocking to me. I would really expect the best from this team of producers and directors. I think they all have so much to give, and they've done so well with the characters in my opinion, so we'll just see how that goes. The final character that everyone's been waiting for pretty much alongside Nikolai is Wylan, and he's going to be played by Jack Wolf. I'm not
as familiar with him as I am with the other two, Tolya and Tamar, but oh my god. I think mostly everyone in the Grishaverse fandom can agree that he is probably the perfect casting for Wylan, and probably the most perfect casting alongside also, you know, Tolya and Tamar and a few others of the season 1 cast. Seeing the crows finally being completed and seeing this guy, he matches Wylan's description pretty much on point, I believe. He just looks perfect. Like, I've seen a few shots of him from other things. He can sing, he sings beautifully. I heard that he plays flute. I don't know if that's true, but it'd be really great if he did, because flute player representation. I just love Wylan, and I think now that we have all the crows and seeing how they integrate him into this story as well, I just don't know what to expect. It's gonna be great. And I've been hearing, just a little bird has said that we might be getting the show at the end of the year, which sounds too good to be true because just all the effects that they have to add in afterwards and the CGI, I just feel like that will take a lot of time to perfect and make good quality of. So I'm not sure about that. I would be so happy if they were able to put it out by the end of 2022, and it would be a lovely way to end the year. I don't know, hopefully that works out. I am excited for Shadow and Bone season 2, and I hope everyone else is. And if you haven't watched it or you haven't read the Grishaverse books, then you should read them, you should watch the show, and support the cast as they go into their 2nd season. I hope we get a 3rd one and a Six of Crows spin-off. That's all I really had to say. I just wanted to do like a little reaction commentary video on this new cast. I will see you guys in the next video, which should be my experience at the 80s concert, which will be coming to my city, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I might do like get ready with me, that kind of thing. So much excitement in the air right now. But that's all I wanted to say. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.